Good evening everyone, I'm Jacob Ong and I will be 22 by this year, and as a treasurer candidate I plan to bring you my maturity, experience and most importantly reforms. 2 years of military service and community organizing before attending AAS have helped me develop the persistence and resilience needed to champion your needs and wants concurrently with managing our vigorous classes. Consequently, in the past year as Senator, I've organized the AAS Innovation Pitch, the first of its kind in the history of AAS, a program that may seminally change how AAS approaches enterprise and embraces entrepreneurship. I have also founded the Transportation Council to look into your transport woes, which has expanded the Bradley Shuttle service to include a 4 p.m. shuttle this semester at no extra cost, and reduce the cost of our future shuttle service by a third, that is $5,000, thereby allowing us to expand our shuttle service next year if necessary. And also, the Transportation Council has negotiated with the PVTA about implementing a bus tracker with estimated arrival times instead of the current scheduled times, so you need not wait outside in the cold for long during the winter. And I'm very pleased to say that the PVTA has told the Council that they plan to implement this bus tracker around fall of 2011. So what changes you cannot go wrong with that I will bring as Treasurer? I will bring 3 main reforms. 1. Eradicate the existing Treasurer grooming, a flawed practice which to my knowledge has prevailed in the recent few years, because instead of producing the best treasurer, this bad practice blatantly allows for cronyism, nepotism, and complacency, which together may then lead to corruption over time. And corruption has certainly beset some generations of our student governments. It's close to $1 million that I'm talking about. It's your money and mine that may be embezzled. That is why I'm running, to minimize the chances of corruption. A few senators have tried this semester to remove this erroneous practice, but failed. As Treasurer, I will expand the Budgetary Committee to include more non-senators to decide on AAS funding policies, giving people more opportunities to learn about the funding process, about the Budgetary Committee, and later run for Treasurer. Then I will train the Treasurer-elect, not the best friend, girlfriend, or boyfriend before elections, and use the grooming as the main platform. Second, I will reform existing funding policies to allow fewer opportunities for abuse, yet more flexibility and welfare. For instance, students with brilliant but unconventional ideas for promoting AIDS awareness will receive funding promptly and easily. And I will disincentivize people from getting funding for conference fee of $100 and more, yet not turn up for the conference. This is abuse. So I will also get clubs to catalog their equipment, such as bicycles from ACOG and cooking utensils from various cultural groups, and store the equipment in a common place if possible, so that you can borrow them from the AAS whenever you need it. Doing so can ensure equipment bought with your money remains on campus for your use, and not only for use of a select few who sometimes take the equipment with them when they graduate under the current system. Third, I will streamline the funding process. If elected, I will make the Budgetary Committee a one-stop funding resource for you. This means that I will work with Dean Fatimi, Director of Student Activities, Program Board, and Social Council to link their funding system with ours, so that what we cannot fund, such as giveaways, they can know immediately after Budgetary Committee meetings and then proceed to fund. Doing so saves you time from contacting various sources of funding separately and repeatedly justifying your event. Currently, the AAS funding policies may seem arbitrary to students and even senators. This is why attending the Budgetary Committee meetings is made compulsory for people with any funding request. But by formulating semestral funding policies and making an AAS funding policy booklet for large-scale dissemination to make funding policies crystal clear and widely known, I can make Budgetary Committee meetings for standard requests non-compulsory. This will save you 30 minutes or more of your time just to see the budgetary committee to get funding for standard requests such as introductory for food meetings, food for introductory meetings. Your clubs, groups, and even individuals like you will then be motivated to plan events based on the assurance that they will get funding for their events. With more events, we may hopefully then have a better and greater college experience. On that note, I'd like to appeal to you to vote for more equitable election for you and your friends, more flexible yet sound funding policies, and greater convenience for getting funding. In short, vote for democracy, vote for my track record, and vote for changes you can't go wrong with. Thank you.